All right, this is the installation and review of a Comie tail box, 48-liter capacity, on a 2023 Honda SCL500 Scrambler. I have used the box. It fits well, rides well on the box, on the rack. It's bigger than the OEM trunk, but the issue with the issue as of this filming is that the Honda, the OEM trunk, is not available. It's back ordered. Nobody has them, and hasn't had them in a while, and nobody can really tell us when they're coming in. So I decided to go for this. I am familiar with this box. It is on my big bike also. This was on the bike when I got it. I've had it a while. Put a lot of miles on it. But it's been a good box. This is a 2008 Kawasaki Concord 1400cc bike. I got the saddlebags off of it right now. All right, let's get on with the install. Let's get on it. Okay, first, let me apologize for the condition of the bike. She's pretty dirty. I just got back from a 650 some mile 4-day trip on it, and I haven't cleaned it up, so she's dirty. Okay, so I've taken the saddlebag off, give me a little bit more room to work here. You will need to have a rear rack, OEM rear rack, for the tail box to attach to. So I'm not going to get into the installation of that. That's well documented. So, but you will need that installed. The tools needed for this job are a drill, a 1/4-inch drill bit, 5mm hex key, and a 10mm wrench. Optionally, you can use 5mm hex key socket and a 10mm deep well. That'll help a little bit, but at a minimum you will need this here. Okay, so these are the items that come with the tail box. This is the mounting plate that mounts directly to the rack, the OEM rack on the bike. Got 4 hex screws, 4 flat washers, 4 nylock nuts, 4 of these that go in the mount in there that the screws go through, 4 of these that go under the rack for the plate to attach to, a hand knob, and flat washer for that, 2 keys. Now, additionally, I used 4 additional flat washers. In my opinion, it should have come with 8 washers, and I'll explain that. when you mount this to the rack, this screw goes through here, and then this goes in here like so. These hex screws that come with this, there's very little head to that. It's just, and what happens, I got concerned that this, as you snug down on that this was going to begin to deform. This plate, this small plate, was going to begin to deform, and had the possibility of possibly pulling through. So in order to avoid that possibility, I got 4 additional washers to use on these plates to go on the top side. The 4 washers that come with were meant to go on the bottom of this, and then the washer, and then the nylock nut. So, but that's the way my setup looks, going through the top. This will go through here like that. So you got 4 of them. So that's the reason you may or may not be interested in using those. I felt it needed it, so I used it. Okay. Ideally, you wouldn't have to do any drilling, that this would mount right up. And you can do that, which is the way I initially did it. You can see these 2 pre-existing holes on the OEM rack, the plate. They line up perfectly here and here, and then you use this here, this cutout area for the back. These holes do not line up with holes in the rear of this plate. So, and I've used it without drilling, using these 2 holes. The only issue with that is you can't get the seat off. It comes close to coming off like that, but it won't come off. So, not that I remove the seat a whole lot, but you never know, and you don't want to have to go through a issue of taking that off. So, I have used, so in lieu of using these 2 pre-existing holes here in the rack, we're going to drill a hole here and a hole here. I'm not sure. Oh well, that's showing up right there and right there, left and right side. So I've already marked them, and actually I've already began a small drill, so the 1/4-inch drill bit won't walk on me. So all right, so let's get those drilled out. All right, there's one down. Knock the other one out here. This is the way she's going to mount. Okay, so we've got the hex screw, flat washer, and then the square washer mount. Goes through there, seats in there. Then we've got the under rack mounting plate, the kit supplied washer, and the nylock nut goes under there. The front ones, the front 2 are easy to get to. The back two are a little bit fiddly, more difficult to get to because of the tail light in the way. So make sure you got the bottom bracket like you want it. You'll see how it needs to go under there. Sure that they're all like you want it. But this looks, everything's centered. The brackets look good underneath. Got it all snugged down. So we'll go ahead and tighten them up. No, don't over tighten it. It's the small stuff you're working with here. It's a plastic plate you're working with. It's nice and snug, not over tightened. All right, everything looks good. All right, let's make sure we can get the seat off. Seat comes off easily. All right. All right, so there's a whip right here on the trunk that fits into the slot here on the mounting plate. It slides in. Then after you've got the trunk in here, there's a hole right here. Put the big washer in there. And get your hand knob. Screw it down. So there you have it. She's mounted in and screwed down. You can take it off. What you're going to do is take the unscrew the hand knob in there. The washer out. Got a handle on it. Pull it out, and away you go. You can still mount a dry bag on there if you prefer that on a particular trip or whatever. But it goes on and off really easily. Now this unit is bigger than the OEM trunk that you could get from Honda. This is a 48 liter. Not exactly sure what size the OEM one is. It seems like it's 30 liters. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But this one's bigger. And I think it was, I got it off of Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. I think it was $85, but that'll be in the link. $85 prime, 2-day shipping. Okay, if you have any questions, leave a comment. See you guys on the next one.